when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Every country's had a violent revolution for one reason or the other. Not one of them has the freedom we're all talking about. So we're saying give peace a chance, you know, like nobody's ever done it before. And it's not a matter of, we're not thinking in terms of 10 years, we're thinking in terms of peace forever, you know. And everybody's talking about now. I want peace now. We can get peace now if we want it now.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody's going to clean it up.
Sadly, we live in a state of fear. Every day we hear of war on the news, on the radio, and television. In the newspapers, always of war. We hear of nations hurting each other, of neighbors hurting each other, of families hurting each other, and of children killing each other. We must learn to live and love each other before it's too late. Stop the prejudice. We have to stop the hating. We have to stop living in fear of our own neighbors.
It's actually recording right now.
Picture this, you and your family having fun together. No hurricanes or tornadoes, just the perfect weather. One day I wish, one day I know there'll be no such thing as wars, just peace and happiness. No need for that wackiness, no need for that child abuse, no need for that gun use, just truth and forgiveness. One day all this will change, one day this world will change. Dream, 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 dream. No black, no white, no wrong, no right. No reason for us to fight, or if you're going out at night. Oh, can you scare when the friends out of sight? Some people call it afterlife, I call it paradise. If you're trying to live, I beg you to put down the knife and hold my hand. No, I'm always there for you. Even when you're sick, I take care of you like I'm Theraflu. Make you smile when you feel blue. Helping hand when you have no clue. Best friend if you need one. We'll always have fun, thinking about the things we've done, thinking about the things we do, hoping we'll meet someone new and stick together like we're glued. I know that day is coming, to me it's not surprising. I know the day is coming, the time is up and rising. Though it's hard to believe, sometimes you wanna leave this world, but trust me, just stay longer, you'll be glad you did. I know it's hard to believe, sometimes you wanna leave this world, but trust me, just stay longer, you'll be glad you did.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one.
I know things get tough and sometimes you get fed up, but you gotta look alive, you gotta keep your head up. Don't let the critics bring you down, let them motivate you. Greet them with a big smile, especially if they hate you. Smile through the tough times, I know you can do it. Sometimes it gets rough, but you gotta push through it. Don't shed those tears, just make the smile a little longer. Like Miss Clarkson said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So take a look at yourself and just smile. Be thankful you're alive and able to see another day. Get rid of your evil ways, realize there'll be better days. When you're sad, try to cheer, beg you to not shed those tears. Realize someone here loves you, remember the God above you. Tell him everything you love and hate, tell him not for it's too late. Remember there's a God that's above, and while you're waiting for your dreams, spread some peace and love, yeah.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one.
What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek? Not a Pax Americana, enforced on the world by American weapons of war. Not the peace of the grave or the security of the slave. I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living, the kind that enables men and nations to grow and to hope and build a better life for their children. Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time. I speak of peace, therefore, as the necessary, rational end of rational men. I realize the pursuit of peace is not as dramatic as the pursuit of war, and frequently the words of the pursuers fall on deaf ears. But we have no more urgent task